Hi everyone, today we're going to check out this Phalaenopsis. I cut it from the stem. The upper portion is fine, root are also in fine condition, just because of blooming, the growth is slow or stopped. However, the stump portion has some situations. Bearing the flowers seems too much pressure to it. I've cut the flower spike, even the flowers are still sound and fine. Let's take a close look at the roots on the board. Many roots are dried. It is normal that an orchid consumes some roots in order to produce flowers, but not as many dry roots like this one here. Although many of its roots are still alive, the portions exposed in the air can't handle the dry and cold winter conditions. The water and nutrients stored in roots had been drained out too much, and can't transport them from root tips to leaves. The old leaves before cutting the stem are flimsy now. The water and nutrients stored in leaves were consumed too much too. This Phalaenopsis has been mounted for 5 years. Now I'm going to unmount it. After cleaning off the old sphagnum moss, we can see the old and long stem. I'm gonna cut the stem so that we can mount this orchid easier. Although the old stem is alive, this part is not much helpful to our orchid. Now, check and trim the dead roots. Due to the root left are not plump and in good condition, I decide to trim them and remind the length enough for us to secure the orchid on the slab. The lower leaves are flimsy and droopy, Although they can still provide some water and nutrients, our priority is having new roots after repotting. Remove the older leaves, so that the new roots do not have to break through the old leaves when roots are emerging. This is the situation we don't want to have on our orchids. The black mold. It can be possibly developing in further infection in the future, like fusarium infection. We can see that the new roots stopped growing, just put out a little bit and turned into black tips. This is what we want to prevent it happening again by removing old leaves. This leaf looks relatively fine. I'm thinking if removing this leaf or not. Alright, let's remove it. It seems that we did the right decision. The base of leaf has some black spots. Alright, let's remove the black stuffs as many as we can. I think we can leave the stem shorter. Let's cut the stem again. These two young leaves are small, they don't store much water and nutrients. Let's remove them. Yes, this how the healthy stem looks like. we can still mount our orchid on the same tree fern slab, as it is still solid enough to hold our orchid. Just clean and sterilize it before using. We can mount our orchid this way, or this way. It doesn't matter, just ensure that our orchid can be mounted securely, and the stem can be close to the slab as possible. Alright, let's remount the orchid. I like to spread a layer of sphagnum moss on the slab so that the slab can retain more water and fertilizers, and the orchid roots and be removed from slab easily and prolong the using life of the slab. Some people like to bury the roots into sphagnum moss, some people like to keep the root on the sphagnum moss. They all work well, just have slightly different on watering. Now I'm spreading and arranging the roots, so that we can secure the orchid with thread. Alright, let's tie up the orchid on the slab. Add some sphagnum moss and make an adjustment. Now, we have finished the remounting. I'll keep updating this orchid. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.